Well, hello. Welcome to my class. Yeah, there's not much here. But we are going to start today. We're going to kind of start all the way back in 1621. All right, so back in 1621 in America, the Dutch, the Dutch kind of were like, well, there's some land over here. We kind of want to settle. All right, and so they're like, oh, okay, well, let's sail over here, drive our little ships, doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. And so they landed over here in America, over in where Manhattan is. We kind of talked about this before, a little bit back, so we're kind of like reviewing a little bit, and then going to go move on. All right, so the Dutch found on Manhattan Island this place called New Amsterdam. So New Amsterdam is this awesome place. It's on a port city. They're making loads of money. Now, because they're making lots of money, the Dutch are like, oh yeah, look at us. Oh, I have some tea and crumpets here because I'm so rich. And the British see this and they're like, well,
it looks like we're going to have to go in there and take it from them. Let's go right now.
And the Dutch leader is like,
Oh my, look at all those people. I don't have any forces here. I'm too scared. I surrender.
and so it was that easy. They bring British people, England brings in some troops. The Dutch see it. They're like, okay, we don't want anything to do with you guys. Here you go. And so they basically just surrendered over all this land. And now England had it. So a little lesson there. Don't be boasting about what you got to someone bigger than you, because they may just take it from you. Now, in around 1664, there's about 8,000 people that were settled in this new place they called New York. Now, it was called New Amsterdam before, but they wanted nothing to do with the Dutch. They captured this land. We're making it all. This is all Britain. All right, and so there's about 8,000 of these people living there, on top of 300 slaves. Now, keep in mind that these were slaves, and they weren't the servants that we kind of talked about before. So they were with slavery. About 19 years later, that population of residents would go all the way up to 12,000, one of the fastest growing European settlements in America. So once Britain kind of captured this, the king, which was King Charles II at the time, gave this part of this land to his brother, the Duke of York. Now this colony would be called a proprietary colony. Now, a proprietary colony is basically this kind of colony in which the owner or proprietor, owned all the land and controlled the government. So around that time, the Duke was getting a lot of kind of mean messages, if you will. People were getting really upset with him because they wanted their own representation. And he didn't want it. He did not want them to have their own representation, nothing. All right? So over time, they kept on asking, and just like a nagging person, I'm sure you know one right now that's constantly nags you. Yes, it could be one of your parents, but listen to your parents. They're not nagging. I got you, parents. I got you. But so it took a little while, but finally in 1691, he eventually said, okay, fine, you can have it your way. You can have your own government, have your own people, but I'm still going to be up here, and I can still intervene when I want. So the people are happy because they got their own kind of government. They could kind of start setting their own rules. So that's kind of all we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna try going through video. Video would be a colony per video. That makes sense at all? Not really. Anyways, so tomorrow, or I guess in a couple days, we're gonna get into the Pennsylvania people, the Pennsylvanians, and a guy named Penn that's gonna actually want to make this awesome place. and how the king owed a debt, and that's how I got this land and all these Quaker people. Not the kind of Quakers. Well, really, it is the kind of Quaker that you see on Quaker Oats. Yeah, one of those guys. So sit back, relax, and I'll see you next time.